I gotta send you this. It's like 2 minutes of nonstop orbs that are happening around the dolls that I have here. I mean, it's over like 40 minutes of footage, but I put it into like 2 minutes. So it's not like back to back to back to back. It's just there.
Interesting. Yeah, you're brave adopting all those dolls.
Yeah, they've been fun though. I know I sound crazy, but also like they're cracking me up with connecting and getting to know them and how the apps are being used and stuff. Anyway, I guess I've gotten over my fear of porcelain dolls.
Yeah, for real. I know that's me with fucking tarot cards. I'll have literally thousands of decks when I die, and I don't feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can't make me. I'm shameless.
I love it.
Oh my God. Well, with that being said, hi.
Hi.
It's another couple weeks, and we are freaking back. For how long? Who knows? But enjoy us while we're here. It's like a mystery box. Will they, won't they? But this
Yeah.
week we will. We've survived another challenging few weeks.
Another week.
And another week, and another week, and another motherfucking week.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hi, if you're new here, my name's Destiny. I am a lesbian tarot reading witch.
And I'm Heidi, a bilingual psychic medium.
And together we are the vessels in between. We like to talk about all things metaphysical, all things spooky, paranormal, witchy, witchcraft, tarot, divination, the list goes on. And today we're going to be talking about the element of fire.
Fire. Yes.
Yes, burn, baby, burn. I can't think of any other fire songs. This girl is on fire.
Yeah. I was going to say, as soon as we're done with this episode, all of them are going to come flooding through. Yeah.
I know, there's a million. I always want to play that game where it's like you get a keyword and then you only have so long to like sing a song with that word in it.
I'd be so bad at that.
I think I would be so good, but then times like this come around where I'm like, fire, what's a quick fire song? Oh, suddenly I've never heard fire in a song ever.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, I have a candle burning in my shell. Candlestick holders, take a look. If you're watching this on YouTube, these I got off Facebook Marketplace. I got a set of 2 for $10. Best find I ever found, and they will be an heirloom for me because I'll be keeping these until I'm in my grave and somebody will have to fight over them when I die.
Pisces energy too, right?
Duh.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
It was Destiny's birthday.
It was. They turned 27. And I am really excited about 27. 2777 is my manifestation because I keep doing these readings over and over again that have keywords like wealth, opportunity, growth, abundance, success. And I am just wishing that on myself. So I'm really excited. I also got lesbian engaged. If you don't know, I've been engaged for 2 years already, but I'm a lesbian, so we got to do it twice because every girl deserves her own proposal. So I finally got a ring. I'm not wearing it right now, of course, because I was overstimulated after work. Sorry about it. She's fucking giant. Moissanite. We love moissanite. So context, for my birthday, my fiance got me this big meteorite ring. I love rings. If you know me, my rings are like literally they stay on me during the day. I don't leave the house really without them. Like those are my fucking kids on my finger.
Yeah.
And So she got me this meteorite. I love space. Space is the only thing that grounds me. Remembering that my email mistake doesn't matter because I'm just a speck of dust floating on another speck of dust. Like, I just love the concept of space, space itself, space facts. Anyway, and then when I got my ring, I was like, oh my god, this would be so pretty with a band. Let's look at bands. And I found one that had stars on it, and I was like, this is the one I want, hands down. I want this band with stars on it. And then I was looking up what moissanite is derived from, and though it's really, really hard to get natural moissanite, like it's basically impossible, like natural moissanite is just not sold. It originates from meteorite hitting the earth. So the lab process imitates a meteorite crashing into earth. And I was like, oh my God, literally, how fucking divine is that? That is crazy. Like, I'm more obsessed with it than ever. Like, I just love it.
I like that you found that out later. That's so cute. I need to see it soon.
Oh my God, you haven't seen it?
No.
One moment, we can show the viewers, show the people at home. Everybody's dying to know.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
my God. That is shiny.
It's fucking shiny.
Wow. That's
Full
beautiful.
bezel. You can like see it's kind of blurry right here on this camera, but like you can see the stone like chiseled to a
Yeah.
point on the inside.
That's so special. I love that.
Oh, too.
I like.
There you go. How do you use fire in your practice? Speaking of high fire items.
That was great. Um, so let's see. The way I started working with fire was through rituals of like release. So I had some straight vodka shots or something,
Mhm.
and I was going through a time, I had just found a therapist. It was just a lot. There was a lot of stuff like com what do you call it?
Compounding.
Yes. And there was a lot that I was like, I don't want to carry this anymore. Anyway, the point is that I didn't have a plan. We had some friends over. I went in and I grabbed a notebook that I had and I was just handing it to friends, my partner. I was like, write something you want to release. Like this was Heidi with a couple of shots. Write something you want to release that you've been wanting to release forever, and it's just so heavy. Like I felt like I was preaching for a hot second, and I was like, and look at the fire. The fire is, whatever I said. um it felt amazing, Destiny. Fire, I feel like we underestimate it a lot of the times when we do light the little candles. But fire can do shit. Like,
It's true.
and it can do it real quick. It can make
It's
that
true.
change real quick. And so, yeah, so that that evening, it felt really good. I did go through a lot of notebook paper. Um, like, I was writing thing after thing that I was like, I released this, I released that. Does that mean that that is still not something that comes up? No, it's still there sometimes. But what that fire did for me that evening, what that ritual did for me that evening was realize the power that I had through and with working with this element in visualizing that release and maybe making my load lighter, and not completely having it disappear, but making it lighter. It felt so good. So that
Yeah.
was my intro to it.
I love that. I love that. Did you ever see it was a trend. I don't know if it was a trend or just a video went viral or what, but parents were calling their kids to the dinner table and putting a candlestick on the table, and like they were just so much more attentive during dinner and like so much more engaged just because there was a candlestick on the table.
I did see that. I haven't tried that, but my kids are a little bit older now. So
Yeah, this was like with toddlers. Like it was like a dinner time hack. Like
Yeah.
light a candle, start the routine.
I
Uh,
feel like that would be a hack for me too, like my
it's
attention
true.
span.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd stay at the
I
dinner table a little longer.
I love a candle, and like even outside of witchy practices,
Mhm.
the vibe, the energy of a space just shifts when there's a candle burning. Like it is notably different. Nobody's screaming and yelling while they have the candelabra lit up with five candles.
Yeah.
Okay. The energy is peaceful, it's connected, it's warm automatically. Who is fighting with an apple cinnamon Bath and Body Works candle burning on your countertop? You're not.
That's such a great point. So on the side, I've been doing some paranormal investigations. We went to this cemetery. It was foggy that day, so it was super spooky and creepy and whatever. But then one of the team members, Cassie, brought candles, but we're not going to light candles in nature and stuff, fire
Yeah.
hazard. But it was like these candles. It was just this, it changed the mood. Those candles changed the mood.
Yeah.
So you're right.
I know. Because also I have at my office, I have a fireplace wax warmer. It has like the fake
Mm-hmm.
fire in it and I has
Mm-hmm.
wax melts in it. Oh, it makes it better in there.
I
Even
love
just
that.
the essence of the spirit of fire is calming. And maybe that is our built in our DNA as humans. I don't know. We love a fire. We've always loved a fire.
Mm.
But I personally love it. I love getting a really big campfire going. Like I can just sit and watch the fire for hours. Always have been that way. Always will be that way. Me and my fiance are watching the kids this weekend, her little
Mm-hmm.
siblings. And the first thing I told her mom, I said, make sure you have s'mores ingredients. I want to have a fire. I'm going to be out there
Mm-hmm.
chopping up my wood, making a
Mm-hmm.
giant ass fire, and sitting out there with the kids roasting some marshmallows.
I
And I
love
can't
that.
wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait. I love a fire. I love a candle. I have multiple oil lamps. If
Mm-hmm.
you're a fire lover, you should get those because that's
Mm-hmm.
also just so nice to like turn off the lights, the real lights when you're journaling or when you're reading or when you're just like trying to have your zen time, like where you just have like the little oil lamp on. This lamp up here, she is recently thrifted. I need to
Oh, she's
repair her.
beautiful.
Needs more oil and a new wick, but she is really beautiful. Uh,
Yeah.
and then I have like another just like clear one, and it's just I love them. I love them so much. Energy that the fire brings is just palpable.
And I was gonna say, with your recent birthday, did you blow out any birthday candles?
I did blow out birthday candles. Yes, make a wish. Duh.
Love that.
The first time I used magic and witchcraft was for cord cutting when I had gotten divorced. Because
Mm.
that's really when I like got into witchcraft to begin with because I was with um a trans person who was also a conservative Baptist, which was
Mm.
really
Yeah.
difficult, like a juxtaposition, I guess you can call it.
Mm.
And even though like I had known at that point when, the months leading up to our divorce, that I was believing in something other than Christianity and beginning to explore what God meant outside of religion, they would not allow that. So, a lot like my ability to explore the occult practices
Mm-hmm.
kind of lines up with my divorce. So, beginner witch experiences are a lot like centered around my divorce. I
Interesting.
got,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, I got married at 19 and I was divorced by 22, as
Mm-hmm.
one does when you get married at 19. Um,
Mm. Yeah.
and I did a cord cutting in my mom's backyard in a like disposable foil tray with some Dollar
Mm-hmm.
Tree candles, some
Mm-hmm.
twine, and a couple things from the spice cabinet. And I went out there and lit the candles on fire and waited for them to burn towards the center. So that was my first like metaphysical experience, I think, with using fire intentionally. And now my practice has just evolved to using fire all the time. How do you use practice now, Heidi?
Yeah, since that first time um that I used it as a release ritual, I was like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. And I just want to say really quick, it's interesting, but it also makes sense that that would be the time that folks discover or look into stuff where it's more self-discovery is when something big happens, right?
Mm.
Um, and and so I guess what I'm trying to say with that is that sometimes that thing that happened that was big and sad and negative and whatever is also in a way it's changed you, right, for the better.
Oh my God, I
Um,
can't pinpoint a single bad experience that in hindsight hasn't been divinely appointed. Like
right.
a big one, I was gonna go into the military when I was
I didn't know
like,
that.
what?
I didn't know that about you.
Okay, you can cut this out or you can keep it or turn it
Uh-huh.
down or whatever. But yeah, I have a tattoo on my arm that says a moment of pain is worth a lifetime of honor. Because from the age like 17 to 18, I lost over 150 pounds
Mhm.
and got to 200 pounds. I was working out like 6 hours a day minimum. I had a
Mhm.
recruiter. I had taken the little test. I
Mhm.
was full on going, and they needed me to lose 20 pounds. And I ended up passing out, and the EMTs told me that I was malnourished. I needed to eat because I wasn't eating to lose the weight. And
Wow.
so after that, I kind of like I just stopped going so hard, and I couldn't maintain that weight with just like a normal regimen and like eating normally.
What drew you? Like what was it about the military? Is it family or
Well, I grew up very conservative.
oh
Um,
right.
and then my grandpa was in the army, and I actually just had this conversation with Mel the other day. I was like, I don't remember like how I got there. Like how did it get to me? Because I wanted to be an infantry marine. What? I wanted to be out there shooting people, killing people for real, the front lines, like for real. Um,
Wow.
I
I
know.
do not see you like that at all.
Me neither. I cry when I get an email that's a little bit mean. Like that,
Dude.
it couldn't be me. But how I got there was a little bit of Christian nationalism
Yeah.
mixed with severe ADHD, and not ADHD in like the fun, cute, like, yeah, I played on my phone too much and I switch hobbies every now and again, but like
Mhm.
the learning disability ADHD, like I
Mhm.
was failing all my classes. There was no way I was going to ever get into college. And I wanted to be more than my family who hadn't gone to college. And since I wasn't going to be able to go to college and I didn't have any like real life skill, I thought, let me go to the military. Let me go to the military and they'll give me all the benefits. They'll give me the good pay. I'll get a house. Like, I could basically live out the American dream if I go to the military.
Wow.
And it's cool. And
Mhm.
my family would be proud of me, honestly. Like they would be proud of that decision. But then I found my way to HR and now everything's fine because I don't have to do any math and all I can do is talk to people and help solve their real life problems.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're the frontline person not to fight. You're the frontline mediator.
Yeah, no. I'm super anti-war. Like let me get
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
straight
yeah.
right now.
No.
Like now I am super anti-war. Like I'm as leftist as they come, pro-prison
Mm,
abolition, no government, like
mm,
ice out. We know this about me.
mhm.
But then I didn't even like know the truth. Like I just knew the Christian nationalist version of the truth. If they're shooting me, I'm going to shoot back. But that's not the reality of war. We're not shooting people who are attacking us. We're bombing innocent people. We're shooting innocent people. It's colonization in front of our eyeballs. Like that's the
Right.
truth of war. I
Right.
did not know that truth. Like in my
Yeah.
mind, in the way that I was raised, like war was very honorable. I'm defending our freedoms. I'm fighting for our
Mhm.
country. I am going to go because I love America, because I am a true patriot.
Well,
But I didn't
I
realize the difference, you
I
know?
think a lot of people are like, wait a minute. They're able to see that it's maybe not necessarily about our freedom, it's more because we want their resources. Like,
Yeah, and it's always been that way. And I was just way naive. I was way ignorant and I was
yeah,
way indoctrinated.
yeah,
And so going to fight for my country was honorable and it was going to pay me and
yeah.
I had it figured out. So yeah, I was going to go to the fucking military and I don't even know how we ended up here.
I don't either. We were talking about fire. Oh, we were talking about change and how
Oh, yeah.
change for the better.
Anyway, yeah, so they didn't let me into the military because I couldn't lose 20 pounds and I was devastated.
Mhm.
But thank fucking God, can you imagine this face out on the warfield? Girl,
Excuse me.
I feel like every day in my office is a day on the warfield, let alone going into real life combat.
Oh
Okay,
my
I
God.
cry at a sad TikTok about trans people losing their fucking rights. Like,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
made for this. And I don't know who I thought I was. I just wanted to be like the cool action figure lesbian sergeant fucking I don't know being the head
Yeah.
of shit, and now I'm like, can we do a 4-day work week please, and I need the big lights off when I'm working.
Yeah.
Like,
That is so funny. It's so different.
it's
So different
so
from where you
different.
were. You know, what I was thinking when you were talking about all of this is like literal fire and then metaphorical fire, right? Where it's like the passion
Yeah.
inside of you and how the wands in tarot represent that. They represent fire, passion.
Yes, Heidi. Okay with the tarot reference, the tarot
Hey,
reading.
sometimes I know things.
Yes. I love that.
But you, I'm sure, have a better way to sum it up with all of that. Or
No, I
so
just
let's
get so
go,
excited.
Destiny.
I get so excited hearing you talk about the tarot too. If you are new here, you'll know that I am the tarot like geek, like
Yes,
nerd special
Tarot
interest.
Queen.
And Heidi is not the tarot special interest gal.
No,
Tarot is like a tool that accompanies you sometimes when
I
you want
have
to use it.
I have a ton of decks,
Yeah,
but do I use it in my practice all the time? No.
yeah,
It's just me and my eyes closed.
yeah, totally. Um, and the tarot accompanies me in every single thing that I do. I literally have a
Mhm.
tapestry on it of it in my room. I have multiple pairs of tarot earrings. Like, I'm fucking tarot obsessed. So it makes me so happy when you make a tarot reference. We're like, yes, that's my girl. Like, you go. You know what you're talking about.
But tell us really quick about wands and fire and
Yeah, yeah. So the suit of the wands is represented by the element of fire, and the wands really just talk about different ways that our passion, desires, sometimes sexuality, and like how our light inside glows through our skin. Like, it's that
mm,
internal fire that blazes through us. So in any of the wands cards, we're seeing movement, we're seeing planning movement, we're
mm,
seeing manifestations become reality, and the action that it takes to materialize our desires, our dreams. It's very hot, uh, 10 cards. It
Yeah.
is either go now or absolutely not. It's either, explore this and start a wildfire with your dreams, or it's like you become overwhelmed from, taking on too much and fighting
Yeah.
off too much. Like it is that day-to-day flame that carries us through and teaches us how to tend to it, and what
Mhm.
happens if we don't pay attention to what it needs to continue to sustain that steady warmth rather than ending us in a pile of ashes.
Yeah.
And I think that also is an important mention about fire, is that the energy that it carries is very broad.
Mm.
Fire can be so inspiring. It can keep us warm. Um, and it can also be very protective and very destructive. And that happens when we see our life reflected in the wands as well. That when you give too much, when you fight too much, when you tip that scale, you end up burned, and you have a lot of restorative work to do to bring you back to a place that's balanced.
Yeah.
So, be careful when you play with fire, because you might get
Literally.
burned. And
Literally.
that goes for everything. That's why you'll always see us take breaks from this podcast when we need to take breaks, because we are real people, not content machines, and we have to be able to sustain our flame to continue to do this work.
We're
Uh,
tending to our fire.
we're tending to our fire, because we do a lot of work in our communities. We keep up with relationships that come about in the metaphysical space and elsewhere. So,
Mhm.
taking care of yourself and prioritizing your fire is important, because if you don't get it under control, it will just eat up everything and spit you out, and you'll have to start from square one. So, managing your burnout seriously is so important when we talk about the energy of fire, because yes, it's exciting to go, to get the new job, to commit to the new schedule, to take up the new passion, but it's really important that you do so in a way that's sustainable for you, and not completely overwhelming and over committal.
Yes. And I was just thinking about the language that we use. When you were talking about it can be destructive, what was the other word?
Protective.
Uh yeah, protective, destructive. Um but then also that passion, the fire within you, right? And so if you think about the words that we use to describe things as well, right? Like when somebody says you're fired,
Yeah.
it's not a good one, you got burnt is what
Yeah.
it is. And then when you talk about the heat of the moment, there's that passion when you're talking
Mhm.
about
There's a
uh
passion, there's that impulse, like
yeah,
it
the
is
burning
such a
burning
double-sided,
desire.
yeah, it's such a double-sided suit, such a
Yes.
double-sided energy, you know? One second you have a candle that's setting the table for dinner, the next it's tipped over and your fucking house is on fire. Like,
Yeah.
it's something to pay attention to. It's something to be actively engaged with, which is why when you're engaged with it and it's safe and you're
Mhm.
prepared in that way, it's so intriguing and just draws you deeper and deeper and deeper. But you have to maintain control before it controls you.
Yes. Yes. And so for those of you who even if you just like the ambiance of candles, please, please, please look into fire safety. Have things near you that you know how to put out that fire. I have a thing of baking soda in my room. And know what not to put on it and know what
Honestly,
not to do.
that feels like obvious advice, but also good advice, because if this candle tipped over, girl, I don't have a plan. I do not have a plan for my fires. And to be honest, I don't even have my fire alarm plugged in because it's annoying
Destiny.
me.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
I'm just
Come
gonna be
on.
honest. I'm a young hoe, okay? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say maybe I've just had barrier experience.
Yeah, I haven't had that many scary experiences yet. So I'm like, you're
Yeah.
annoying. I'm taking you down.
What was the other thing? It's the Queen of Wands, right? That's like witchy.
Yeah, the
Um,
Queen of Wands, she has a black cat sitting at her feet, and she's holding a sunflower, and she's looking very
right.
beautiful. She's looking very confident. And she finds like authority in inspiring others and keeping
Mhm.
herself inspired. But that quiet black cat sitting at her feet kind of says like, but she's still intuitive, like she's still in touch, like she still is connected to divine and the beyond. And if you've ever been around a cat's not going to sit with you very long if you're like hustling, bustling, like moving around. Like, like she's still very still. She's very calm. She has a very calm
Mhm.
air about her while, again, maintaining that fire internally and letting that
Mhm.
drive her decisions and drive her connections. So
I
it's
love the
not
Queen of
ruling
Wands.
her outside, but it sure as hell rules her inside, and it
Yeah.
rules then what she reflects onto other people, into her community. So yeah, I love the Queen of Wands too. I have this amazing oh my god, I flipped right to it. That's
No, you
weird.
didn't.
I did. I just opened the book to the Queen of
You
Wands.
guys, come on, magic is real. Like
Magic
for
is
real.
real. And I just also want to say that this is only the third time that I've used this deck or used this book. And this is the book from the tarot that you gave me actually.
That is
So this perfect. I just had it right next to me. I forgot to put it back on my wall when I went to put away the deck. So clearly we
fun.
need to fucking read it after
Yeah,
all
we
these times.
do. Yeah, we do.
Keywords: joy, courage, warmth, confidence, power, dynamic enthusiasm, a creatrix, engaging conversations, accepting all of yourself, a boisterous, bold, and powerful leader. I fucking love the Queen of Wands. She is sexy, and we need to talk about the
Yeah,
sex appeal of the wands too.
yeah.
Like, when you see a moment, especially a romantic moment or a person reflecting the Queen of Wands, they are usually as hot as their card that represents them. Let's
Mhm.
be real.
Mhm.
Anyway, the Queen of Inspiration reaches out over the horizon and she waves her hand, summoning an unseen force of intention and love. She's the embodiment of warmth and confidence, compassion and determined joy, and she is seeking inspiration for the land below. Connecting with the ethers above, she downloads the keys to creation and she imbues the land with the belief in self expression. This queen is a powerful messenger of connected creativity, and she wants you to know how accessible her creative force is. She
Mhm.
asks you to hear the tones of creation with her. She plucks their strings one by one and tells you to move in the direction of desire, knowing that you can master this expressive attainment and success. Follow the sounds of your inspiration and enthusiasm and explore the edges of your courage, your self acceptance, and your leadership. And then there's a little poem that says, every time she arrives, the room is filled with the most impossible magic. And once again, believing in the power of dreams and in the warmth of infectious inspiration.
Oh my God.
Did you ever talk about how you continue to use fire now? Do you just use it as a way to release? What do
I don't
you
think I
use it
did.
for?
So yes, still use fire to do like release rituals for sure. I feel like I haven't done that as much because I feel like that happened very much at the beginning where there were lots of things that I wanted to essentially not carry those 10 of wands as
Mm-hmm.
much, right? Like I I know that the universe, spirit, earth was just like calling for me to like release and give it send it out into to be recycled into something new. And so I still really like those. Don't do them as much, but I think that they're very powerful, especially when your intention is to it's for the to better yourself, for yourself or for others, and all of that. Also, you really love candle magic. I feel like I very much go to the element of fire.
Yeah.
And so whether it's a candle for abundance, a candle for cleansing, a candle for protection, a candle for a prayer or something like that, having that intention, candles are my go-to. So I'd say it's still pretty regularly that's I use that element more than anything.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Fire is always there, whether it's
Mhm.
a lit incense, my lit joint, a lit candle, me lighting paper on fire. Like I very much use fire to like activate the moment and like bring aliveness to the moment and to the magic that I'm doing. Um I feel like the most significant way the most like active way that I use fire in my practice is every single like intention or spell or manifestation or anything that I'm doing magic wise and I'm asking divine for, I always light it on fire.
Mhm.
I don't practice good fire safety as we have discussed, but I have this like ceramic, it's
Oh,
probably a flower pot,
baby.
honestly. What does it say? It's a ceramic planter, decorative
Mhm.
use only. The most fire safe container I could find.
Okay.
Anyway, you can see she's all black in there.
Uh-huh.
Um, I light stuff on fire and I put it in here. And this is just kind of like my vessel to divine. And then eventually, when it gets all full, it needs to be taken to the forest or to the river.
Mhm.
And I will dump whatever the contents are, depending on if they're river safe. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
they're not
yeah.
polluting the waters, people.
Yeah, do some research because
Yeah,
not everything is good to
not
return to the
good for
earth.
the water. Yeah, it's true.
No.
I do use, and I recommend this to other witches too, that you use just like clean materials to your magic with anyway, so that you can put it into the earth. So I use like mainly herbs, really herbs, paper, hair, just like natural materials, so that I'm able to give it back to the land, ask the land spirits for help with my manifestations or wishes, and then bury it away. So this is a very common practice for me that I'll burn an intention or a prayer and use that like smoke as like the bridge between here and there.
I have to tell you, I forgot to tell you, um, the blessing that you did, remember for time travelers.
Uh-huh.
So again, side note, with the paranormal investigations I've been doing, I went back to Time Travelers Antique Mall and I asked about, so how has the activity been? And the owner, she was like, we've been so busy that we don't even notice like anything. And so when she said that, I was like, I have to tell Destiny. Remember when you were blessing the doors?
Yes,
You
yes.
were blessing for there to be more business so that the and that all like the blessing of abundance is what has happened in
Yeah.
the sort of they've been so busy. So yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, I love it. I burn offerings all the time for spirits. When I'm doing magic, like in my room, like I'll open the window and let the smoke go out towards like the moon or whatever,
Mhm.
just towards the night. Like it really does work. It really works, obviously, to just
Mhm.
like facilitate that communication. It's ancient. It's not something that I made up. Not something that I'll ever take credit for. We've been doing this for millennia, burning offerings. So I don't know, follow in the footsteps of those before you, and I feel like they won't lead you astray. So light something on fire, candle, a piece of paper,
Safely,
and
safely,
incense
please.
safely. Listen to Heidi, practice fire safety, and don't burn white sage unless you're indigenous. Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us for yet another week of metaphysical
Chit chat.
yapping, chit chat, catching up. We can't wait to see you and talk to you next week or the week after that or whatever. We'll
Yeah.
talk to you soon.
And
And What?
I was going to say really quick also, if anyone has ideas or questions like about topics, please email us at
Oh yeah,
at
that's a good
gmail.com.
idea. Is there anything you want to hear about? We'll learn about something for you too if you really want.
Yeah, I'll put
I
it
have a
all in the
library card.
description. I love that.
Anything on me.
I have a library card. Yeah, I'll put our email address in the description box.
Perfect. And in the meantime, remember that you
You
are the
are the
vessel
vessel
in
in
between.
between.
Bye.
Bye.